Hello and welcome to today's video, and in today's video I'm going to talk you through some of the most popular calorie tracking mistakes that most people make, potentially you included, in no particular order. Otherwise, let's just get stuck in. So popular mistake number one is you are guessing way too much. You have to actually be measuring accurately using food scales or a measuring jug. And this isn't to say that you have to be this concise forever, but while you're just starting out, maybe at least for the first 30 days, you do want to be as accurate as possible. And then once you've gained enough experience from being very accurate, you can start guessing over time. But chances are, if you're just starting out, then you do not have enough experience at all to be guessing all your portion sizes and all your foods. And popular mistake number two is you are only logging many hours later, so at the end of the day, or even worse, the next day, because memory does absolutely play up. I can't even remember what I had for lunch yesterday, let alone what I had the day before throughout the entire day for the exact portion sizes and the exact food choices I made, including every single snack, etc. So it's very important that when you are starting out, you log everything in the moment. And then popular mistake number three is that you are not tracking bites, licks, and nibbles. And I know that little cookie here or that square or two of chocolate over there, it doesn't feel like it's much and you probably don't even deem it as worth tracking. But believe me when I say these add up. Maybe those 2 squares of dark chocolate, they could be 80 calories in total, depending on the size of them. And then the cookie could be 50 calories, which doesn't sound like much. And to be fair, you know, it's not a make or break amount. But if you're doing that maybe several times a day, every single day, then that definitely starts to add up. Before you know it, you could have an entire day's worth of eating just from bites, licks, and nibbles throughout the entire week that you haven't tracked. So again, every bite, lick, and nibble, you need to track it. I just quickly wanted to interrupt this video to give you a quick heads up about my free fat loss guide, and the reason why I'm mentioning it is because I've recently given it a brand new makeover. So if you want a free fat loss guide, click the link in the caption of this video, which then takes you to my website, and from there you can grab your free fat loss guide. And then popular mistake number 4 is you're not tracking dressings, sauces, spreads, or oils. And this is something I can relate to myself. You know, I'm not saying or have ever claimed to have always been right at everything, but when I first started out, one of the biggest mistakes I made when it came to calorie tracking was I just didn't track olive oil for whatever reason. And if you've tracked your olive oil, then you know how calorie dense that can be. So once I started tracking that, then I started making progress, and that shouldn't be a surprise. And you know, I can give you another example of a Kairos Online member as well. When they first came to me, they wanted to lose weight, and after a while they felt like they were doing everything right, but they couldn't figure out why they weren't really making progress. And I mentioned these 4 things to them that they need to ensure that they're tracking, and then lo and behold, they started making tremendous weight loss progress. So these are things that you definitely want to ensure that you're tracking: dressings, sauces, spreads, and oils. They are all very calorie dense and they can be the difference sometimes. And then the final calorie tracking mistake that you're potentially making is you're just getting way too carried away with alcohol, because you know, there's nothing wrong with having some alcohol here and there, but if it's something you are very frequently doing, then that can definitely be what's slowing your progress down. Because you know, you could be very accurate throughout the week with all your calorie tracking, but if every time you're going out for drinks is kind of whatever, you're just letting loose, then that's what's definitely going to be holding you back, especially if you're doing that several times a week or every single week. And on top of that, when you're tipsy or drunk, something I unscientifically call your fuck it factor goes up, where you don't really care about what you eat and drink anymore as well. It's kind of whatever. And then before you know it, maybe you're 3, 4, 5 pints in and you've just had maybe a massive fried chicken, and that could be like the 2nd or 3rd time that's happening that week. So definitely something to think about as well. Otherwise, that is pretty much it. So that was 5 popular calorie tracking mistakes in no particular order. I do hope that helped. So if you feel like you are making one of them, now you can turn around and correct that. And of course, for as long as consistency is there, I am sure you're going to make tremendous progress. Otherwise, again, for that free fat loss guide, the link is in the caption of this video. Subscribe to the channel, like and share the video. Take care, and I'll see you around. This looks like a music video where I'm like rapping at an angle.
Yeah, it's nice.
Are you sure? Okay.